Tuesdays with Tamanie, and today we have with us a very special guest. His name is James Fincham, also known as Jammin' James with Cherokee Nation Radio. He is one of our ISSA sponsored radio stations, and so I'm going to bring James on right here. This is Tamanie, everybody, and there he is.
Tamanie, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing? So I kind of told everybody that, you're Jammin' James from
That's right.
Cherokee Nation Radio. How did you get that name?
I started off in the radio business. I started off with the name DJ Flame. I was doing rock music, hip hop, stuff like that. But then I got up with a friend of mine named Mike Rowe, and we decided to, we noticed all these indie artists out here. They weren't getting any airplay on FM stations and all that good stuff. And we got to talking and say, you know what, let's put a station down that will focus primarily on indie artists. Yeah. So that's about 2015. That's when Cherokee Nation Radio was, the brainchild was created. We made it, and we actually started in about 2018. And at first it didn't really take off, but here in 2020, since we started hooking up with a lot of the indie record labels, Cherokee Nation Radio has really blown up. And I just...
Yay! Awesome. And so you're fairly new to ISSA, and I just noticed that Phil Krantz just chatted up and said hi there. Phil Krantz is with Black Dog Indie Country Radio, and he is our 2020 Gold winner for Radio Station of the Year. Of course, this will be your first year coming up 2021 to be in it, correct?
Yes, ma'am. It's my first time being nominated. I hope I really win it. And yeah, I've talked to I've talked to Phil a lot. Me and Phil has talked Black Indie Radio Station. We've talked a lot about
good.
Hi,
Mitch.
Yeah, I know Phil.
Yeah, Mitch Oliver. Hey, what's up? So tell us a little bit about, like what's going on with your radio station. I know you had a couple things you wanted to talk about, some events coming up and that kind of thing.
Yes, ma'am. Cherokee Nation Radio, we named it that because myself and Mike, he's no longer with us. He started his own station, but Mike is, we're both Cherokee Nation. We're both Cherokee natives. So that's how we come up with the name.
Very cool.
I've got a lot of great staff that I've got Kay Cook Abbott is her name. She is our artist song submission specialist. What she does is the indie artists, if they want to submit a song, they send it to Kay. Kay gets it out to the DJs, and boom, it'll be on air. I do a show every Saturday called Cherokee Indie Nation.
Okay.
That show basically features nothing but independent artists for the whole 3 hours.
Very cool. Thank you. Very cool.
No problem. Love it. I play the new submissions we get or new releases from indie artists in the first hour and a half, 2 hours. I play all their new submissions and all that good stuff.
Hey, Jay Luke.
And as far as an event coming up, we finally realized our dream. I've been planning it for about a year now. Been wanting to have what's called basically a country music festival.
Oh, nice.
And what I wanted to do with this festival, I wanted to have it from early in the morning on a Saturday until about 10 o'clock at night. And what I was going to do is from 9 o'clock until about 8 p.m., I was going to feature a lot of indie artists, have them take the stage, let people hear their music, and have the indie artists come off the stage after they perform, have a tent set up where they can sell CDs to people that have been listening to them.
Oh, wow.
Do that. And at 8 o'clock, what we had planned on doing, we haven't got our famous artists yet. I'm still working on a few, but we're planning at during this festival at 8 o'clock for a famous artist to take the stage, maybe Tim McGraw, somebody like that.
Nice.
And have it to where, excuse me.
Yeah.
So where these indie artists can meet them and the fans can get a big show, because we live in the Shenandoah Valley, right at the base of the Shenandoah Mountains.
Very cool. Yeah.
Elkton used to have a country music festival, and they've been wanting to do it for a long time. And I just got the word out around my area about Cherokee Nation Radio. So we got this date set and the time. It'll be June 5th, 2021.
Nice.
It'll be from 9 a.m. until 10 p.m. It's going to be held out at an event park here in Elkton, Virginia, at the base of the Shenandoah Mountains.
All right.
And we've got, so far right now, we've got a local talent. His name's Little Joe McAllister.
Okay.
He's performing. I got a confirmation from Chris Mabb from Steam Whistle Records. He wants to perform.
Nice.
I'm trying to get Bernie Grass and Bree. I think I can't remember Bree's last name. Oh, Bree Carter. Excuse me. My wife just reminded me. Bree Carter from Steam Whistle. We're trying to get a bunch of them to perform, and we're looking for any indie artists that want to come out and do this show. A lot of the proceeds from this show will be going to St. Jude's Children's Hospital.
Oh, I love that charity.
Yes, we do
I
too.
don't know if you can. I don't know if you can see the. Can you see the chat?
Yes, I can.
Oh, okay. I was going to say hi to a couple of these people real quick. Phil Krantz, Robbie Holder, Mitch Oliver. What's up, Mitch? Before you kept on, Jay Luke, because you got people tuning in from all over the world. Jay Luke, what's up? Niecy Howard from Country Roads Records. Yep. Gene Baker. Sam Spears is saying hi from Scotland. Bob Kennedy, what's up? Mitch Oliver, Michael Jordan. Lokesh is in there. Robbie Holder, Shane Begley. Yeah, just every now and then it's kind of good to say hi, guys. Thank you for tuning in. And yeah, go ahead.
No problem, Tamanie. I just wanted to respond to what Niecy said. We work with Country Roads Records. Niecy had just said in the chat room about, please send me some information. I'll talk to my team. Niecy, I can tell you right now, I already decided that you're going to be getting information about the Country Music Festival. And yes, I definitely want some of your artists to show up.
Yay, that is awesome. So, and you are, hey, Dan Washburn, new member. Yes, you just signed up in Canada. Awesome. So you're also the ISSA representative for the Shenandoah Valley, correct?
Yes, ma'am, I am, and I'm very proud to do that. It's Dan Knight actually told me about the ISSA, and he talked very highly about it. And he said, James, you ought to really get hooked up with the ISSA. Mm-hmm. And Dan explained to me on the phone, we had talked from Canada, and he explained to me what it was. And when I went to look at the website, I'm like, whoa, I want to be part of this. And that's why I reached out to you, Tamanie, to become part of it. And then I saw the representative aspect of it. I'm like, oh, we don't have one in the state of Virginia. I want to do this.
Yeah.
So
and we've got them now. We've got over 120, I think, worldwide. And Johnny Shiloh just tuned in here from Melbourne, Australia.
Awesome. How are you doing, Johnny?
Hi, Johnny. So yeah, we've got, and we're just growing and growing. And I mean, it's just a mission to help get our independence music out there. And without people like you playing our music, it wouldn't be heard. Period. It just wouldn't.
And that's why we decided to do Cherokee Nation Radio, Tamanie, is because, if you listen to an FM station, yeah, you hear all of the big famous stars. I mean, yeah, we all know them, Johnny Cash, Travis Tritt, Tim McGraw. But a lot of these people around the world haven't heard of Kerrigan LeBroy, or they haven't heard of Bernie Grass or Bree Carter or Chris Mabb. And the way I feel about it, and this is from the bottom of my heart, and I really mean this, and that's not taken away from Niecy Howard and Country Roads, but a lot of these independent artists, I'm telling you, they have just as much talent that I've listened to them as some of these famous artists, and they should be getting, in my feeling, they should be getting the same airplay as some of these famous artists, because you really don't know what you're missing. There's a lot of gems out there you're not listening to.
Oh, yeah. I'm wearing my Dustin Chapman shirt today, baby, that slow dance. And he was our gold winner for, I don't know if you know Dustin Chapman.
Yes.
Talented kid. Holy cow. Just amazing. And I agree with you 100%. There's so much great music out there that when I get CDs occasionally from some of our members and I pop them in my car and I'm listening to, I'd rather listen to that than what's on mainstream radio. I don't know about you, but I'm like, yeah.
Right.
So our little platform is growing. We're only 2 years old, but still, as we grow, so do they.
Right. Well, my staff and me, we've all talked. A lot of my staff members some of them are independent artists. Some of them have been in the radio business for years. Mm-hmm. And our motto on Cherokee Nation Radio is that indie is the new mainstream. That's the way we describe it, because I've heard a lot of people tell me, say, look, I'd rather listen to some of these indie artists than I would mainstream. I really would. And they're really talented. But if you don't mind, Tamanie, I want to say, anybody listening, which I'll send you one because you've had me on air and you made me your rep. But Cherokee Nation Radio has some really great products out for sale now. A lot of the products will go to help sponsor the station, and some of the proceeds will go to St. Jude's also. We're just selling it to help, because I pay for most of the station by myself out of my own pocket. And it's just a way we're giving you a great T-shirts, face masks, hats, you name it, we got it.
When is the festival?
Yes, the festival will be June the 5th, 2021, from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m.
awesome. Awesome. And it's where?
It's in Elkton, Virginia, right at the base of the Shenandoah Mountains. Myself and the staff are working out the details now, and we'll be posting it on our Facebook page.
Okay.
And we'll be posting it here in the next month or so with who the big name artist is. We're going to have show up.
I may just have to come to that. I'm not that far from you, Atlanta.
That's right. I'll tell you what, Tamanie, if you show up, you can help me introduce the artist on stage.
All right. You got it. That'd be fun.
That'd be fun.
I love St. Jude's. I just, that's another near and dear to my heart.
Yes, my wife is really big on it because, my wife, I love her to death. She's having a few medical problems, and everybody in my staff knows it. She's disabled. She can't work as much as she does. But I asked her, I said, hon, I said, what, if we had the festival, who should we donate money to? And she said, let's give it to St. Jude's. And that was her first word. So she's a big,
see that? Yeah.
Yeah, she helps me keep it. She's my right arm. She does a lot to this station behind the scenes to keep it running. And Kay Cook, if you don't mind me giving a shout out to some of my
not at all. Kay's in the chat room. Hey, Kay Cook.
Oh, I didn't see her. Hey, Kay.
Yeah, she's in there.
I want to give a big shout out to a lot of my staff members because these guys and girls really help me keep this station working when I'm at work. Kay Cook Abbott, Billy Keeble, Jerry Lee Willis. We got Nick Hearn, Kay's dad. These people really help me keep this station popping, going. Kay does a lot of work behind the scenes, getting these new submissions. She's always on top of the ball. Got to give her kudos to that. My wife, got to give her kudos, Joette Barr-Fincham. She doesn't do a lot online, but she works behind the scene to keep this station popular and popping. So I want to give a shout out to all these guys. Y'all are great staff. And I'm going to tell you what, I couldn't do it without any of my staff. They're wonderful.
That's awesome. So what's coming up for Cherokee Nation Radio other than the festival?
Coming up for Cherokee Nation Radio, we got a lot of new shows coming out. We've got a lot of shows that we're gonna be starting to carry reruns of shows. We have a new show out on Cherokee Nation Radio. It's called The Voice of the UK.
Okay.
It's hosted by Mick Hearn, which is Kay's dad. What he's doing is he's doing an hour show now till he gets used to it, and then he's gonna start moving on up. But he's doing Western swing.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yes. It's an awesome show. I listened to it this past Saturday or Sunday when he did his show, and he's got the British accent, but I'm gonna tell you what, this man's got a heck of a voice. If you like Western swing, tune in on Sundays from 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Cherokee Nation Radio, and you'll hear some of the best Western swing you've ever heard in your life.
Nice. Tell them your website, where to find you.
Oh, you can find Cherokee Nation Radio at CherokeeNationRadio.com. Stop by, kick a tire or two, sign our guest book, let us know how we're doing. Tune in. We love having our listeners. Y'all mean a lot to us. We're also having contests now. We just had 3 people last week win 3 of our shirts. We give away a shirt every show. So tune in, get you a shirt.
That's awesome. And International Singer-Songwriters Association are proud sponsors of Cherokee Nation Radio. And thank you for introducing us to Micro. I know he's not with you anymore, but he actually just signed up his new station with us as well. So now we have 2 new stations. The more the merrier, the more people that are playing our music. We thank you so much for doing that.
Exactly. And we also have Kay just reminded me, I see her in the chat room, and Nisi. Yeah. Nisi wanted me to say it. We do have a new show coming up. We have a new show that's already on air. It's called the Country Roads Record Show. Well, it's called Country Crossroads. Let me get it right. And that's with Jerry Lee Willis. Yeah. And what he does is he does a show that's based basically on Country Roads Records artists. That's why it's called the Country Crossroads. I wanted to give a shout out to that. I'm in development right now to do Chris Mabb does a show on there called Steam Whistle Record Hour. He does Steam Whistle. I'm working with Kurt Rowell to do a Black Ribbon Records Hour for feature his artists. We're trying to get everybody played, and that's why I do Cherokee Indie Nation.
Well, God bless you so much, sir.
My pleasure.
And thank you for your service. We were talking earlier about your service.
It was my honor, and I'll do it all over again.
And you were with what branch of the Armed Forces?
82nd Airborne, U.S. Army.
Thank you very, very much for your service.
Hey.
Okay, so Is there anything else you want to say to anybody out there in Facebook land and
Uh,
YouTube?
just nothing really. I just want to say I'd like to give a shout out to my wife and my three lovely children. Your dad and your husband couldn't do this without y'all behind my back, being my spine and being my gusto to give me the pleasure of doing what I do. My wife can tell you she fusses a few times. Oh, you spend a lot of time on the station, but she knows I love it. She knows my heart's into this indie show. I love the indies. I love their music. So yeah, special shout out to all three of my son and my two daughters and my loving wife that keep me going, and all my staff members.
And I look forward now, coming up in January, you can nominate your radio station for radio station of the year. And see, Phil Krantz is in the he's not in the running anymore. Once you win gold, you can't win again for 2 years. So
Didn't know that.
You can't win again. Yeah. So we have unlike other shows, where the same people win year in and year out.
Right.
We do it differently. If you win gold, you can't win again for 2 years. You got to sit the next 2 years out, which gives other people an opportunity to step up their game and go for the gold. So I look forward to it.
My staff will tell you I'm kind of humble in that respect. I probably won't nominate the station, but I'm sure my wife or one of the staff members will nominate the station for
you got a lot of fans. So I'm looking for you. I'm looking for that. You got a lot of people that love you.
It would be. I'm gonna tell you now, Tamanie. It would be an honor to win one of those awards put on our website. It'd be an honor.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for joining me today and chatting it up. And I'm glad we got to get together. And, to call me anytime. I'm just a message or a phone call away. So
yes, ma'am, I do.
Thank you again for everything you do for us.
Hey, that's no problem. It was an honor and a pleasure. And I'm glad you had me here today.
Okay. Bye, sweetie. Bye. I'll see you guys later. Until next time, keep writing, keep singing, and keep playing. Bye, y'all.